Maybe if I read it 3 times fast. Bearded Bad Boy Barber, Bearded Bad Boy Barber, yeah, nope, never mind. Fellow book nerds, welcome to another one of my videos. I'm really excited because we are going to be picking our next books for the month of June. You guys, we're getting into the middle of the year. What? Like, I have to start thinking and planning my mid-year book videos. Crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna keep doing what I've normally been doing. So I got my trusty jar here that I still have not decorated, you guys. I'm so sorry. We're gonna pick our 6 books. Then I'm also gonna have my book club book that I will probably find out probably by close to the 2nd week of June what we'll be reading, because I'm part of a book club on Fable. And then we're also gonna have the book bingo, and I'm going to try to see if I can combine that with one of the books that we pick from here, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a different book, right? As long as it fits the same type of criteria. I'm gonna attempt to do that, mainly because we're gonna be moving next month. We close on our house next month, and we're gonna be so busy moving and packing. I don't know how much time I'm actually gonna have to read. My husband still has to work and everything, so a lot of the responsibility of moving is gonna be on me. I'm gonna do the best that I can, but I'm a little nervous because, well, you'll hear about that in another video. But if you're curious as to why I'm nervous about my challenge, stay tuned, subscribe, stick around. Yeah, because that video's coming, I promise. Anyways, let's get directly into here. Go ahead and grab yourself a drink. As you can tell, I am very thirsty and it's almost gone. Yeah, grab yourself a drink, sit down, and let's get started. Guys, I'm sorry about my nails. My nails have gotten so bad from all of the fake nails and stuff that I wear. So I am letting them heal up. Anyways, let's find out what our book 1 is, you guys, because that's what you're really here about. A book you think you would rate 5 stars. This feels like a prompt I had a couple months ago. Oh well. You know what? I pulled it out of the jar. The jar has spoken. We're doing it. So a book that I think that I would rate 5 stars. How well do I know myself, guys? Okay, so we're gonna go with Lady of Darkness. Now this book has been on my TBR for a while and I keep meaning to get to it. The other day I was doing some rearranging. I'm trying to figure out what all I'm gonna do when it comes to moving. And I found this one and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I bought this like last year. I really do think that this is a book that I would rate 5 stars, honestly. I love the premise of it, what it sounds like from what people have talked about. It sounds like a really good book. This is book 1 in, I'm assuming, the Lady of Darkness series. Yep, book 1, Lady of Darkness. And this is by Melissa K. Rorick. Owned by a ruthless assassin lord, Scarlett Monroe and her 2 sisters have been trained since they were children to torture and take life. They are the most feared trio on the continent, but they are also wild and unpredictable. A tragic night has Scarlett finding herself locked away in a noble's household, trapped and forgotten until she is ready to fall in line. Until the day she is presented with a job. If she completes the assignment, her payment will be something she has coveted for 10 years. Revenge against the Fae Fire Prince who brutally killed her mother. Is she willing to sacrifice her ideals for retribution? But when children begin disappearing from her home, all her plans are put on hold as she races to save the most innocent. With the help of old friends, a jilted lover, and a mysterious newcomer who claims the magic of the Fae is possible in the mortal lands, Scarlett delves into the darkest corners of the world. Forgotten secrets will come to light, and she will discover the darkness extends far beyond her own kingdom. Oof. Guys, this book sounds really good, and every single time I read the back of it, I get the same sense. Like, it feels like it's going to be an epic journey that I can't wait to be on. This book just gives me 5-star vibe. So we're going to read it, and we're going to find out. On to book 2. Let's see. I'm trying to like delve really deep here. You know, you try to shake these up so that, whoa. Gee, which one should I pick? How about the one that fell on the floor? Let's do that. Okay, now that I've retrieved it off the floor, let's see what it says. Gold or money on the title. Let's look. After looking at all of my books, This was really the only one that I could come up with that could possibly fit that category, and that's Glint. This is book 2 in the Plated Prisoner series. The lettering here is gold, and basically it's a Midas retelling type story. And so we all know Midas is all about gold, and the main character in this series is made out of gold. You guys, she's literally gold. So obviously I can't read the back of this book to you, but I can say that the story follows a girl who is kind of Midas's, I don't want to say prisoner, but yet at the same time is. Like, he touched her and her entire body became gold. Midas kind of keeps her prisoner, like as his prized possession. That's how the story starts. I really don't want to say too much because I don't want to give anything really away, but I can tell you that a whole series of events go down, and it's like a journey of self-discovery. I wasn't a fan of book 1. I will be honest. If you've watched my video when I reviewed the books that I have read previously, I explain my thoughts on that book. But again, everybody's telling me that the rest of the series is really, really good, and that I should just put that book off. Like, it was necessary to understand the main character. That's about it. I'm giving it its due justice, and for June, we're gonna go ahead and read book 2. Okay, let's pick book 3. Let's see what we get. Maybe I'm just digging too deep here. Wow, this one feels small. Okay. A reread. Okay, this works. This works because I'm in the middle of reading, re-listening to the Death Before Dragons books. This is the book that I am going to do a reread. But again, like I said, I'm listening to it on audiobook, which is actually going to be kind of perfect because, like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of packing and moving. And what better way to get a book in than by audiobooks, baby? Yeah. I'm here for it. So that's gonna work perfect. Currently, right now, I do not remember what book I'm on. I think I'm on 5. That's the one that I'm going to do my reread on, but I'll put it right here for you guys. That's actually kind of perfect. That's actually kind of perfect. So I know I've talked about the Death Before Dragons series a lot. It's one of my all-time favorite book series. So you have a girl named Val who is kind of like a mercenary in a way for the magical people. She kind of works as a subcontractor to the military. So you have these magical beings that are kind of mixed in with the human world, but the humans don't really know that, right? They can't see the magical beings unless they have some magic in them, which Val does. Her dad was her dad was a fae. She's got half fae blood in her. She takes on jobs, like if a troll is walking down Manhattan and eating people, they call her in, and she takes care of the job. Now, because of this reputation, though, a lot of the magical people don't like her. They call her the ruin bringer. 9 times out of 10, when she tries to stop some troll from eating somebody, the troll doesn't just go, oh, okay, I'll stop eating people and leave. No, the troll tries to kill her. So in self-defense, she ends up killing the troll. In the magical community, she's got a pretty bad reputation as being someone who kills things. And then along the way, she meets a dragon. His name is Zav, and he ends up coming from his realm, and he's trying to collect all of these criminals that he has to take back to his world. He ends up running into her quite a bit, and then he realizes that, hey, she can help him because she knows things about the area and the world that he doesn't. So he very arrogantly tasks her to help him. It's just this whole banter between the two of them, Val and Zav, and you guys, I absolutely love them. I love Zav. Zav is not his full name, but you guys, I cannot for the life of me say his full dragon name, and neither can Val in the books. So she just calls him Zav, and he hates it, but she's like, I would butcher your name. She's like, there's no way I could say it. So I'm just calling you Zav. But then, you know, he eventually gets used to it, and she calls him some other names too, but we're not going to talk about that because, you know, this is a family show. No, anyways, it's a really good series, and this will be like my 3rd reread of the series. To say that I love it is a huge understatement. So let's go with the book 4, and let's see if it's gonna fit with my June needs. Okay. Book with a king or a queen. I wonder what they mean by a king or a queen. Like, do they have to be the king or queen? Or could it be a book that has a king and queen in it? All right, well, let me go think. Okay, you guys, that took me an insanely long amount of time to pick a book. Wow. Okay. So anyways, I decided that I'm going to go with book 3 in the Broken Kingdom series, which is Crown of Blood and Ruin by L.J. Andrews. This series, you guys, I can't say enough about it. So far, it's been practically a god tier series for me. So much happens. Again, this is only book 3 in a 9-book series, and already in the first 2 books, so much has freaking happened that I'm just like, I'm floored. I can't believe it. I look at the book and I go, wait, that much happened, and it astounded me. I felt like by the time I closed the book, I felt like the book should have been like 800 pages because of how immersive and how thrilling and adventurous and everything that went into the story. You have Elise, who was a princess, and her uncle, the king, wanted to marry her off for political reasons. So he hires this this marriage negotiator to basically find her a husband that would be the most beneficial. And so she ends up going to work with him. He ends up he's not supposed to care. He's not supposed to account for her feelings or anything like that, but he does, and he talks to her, and he wants her opinions and asks her what she looks for in a man, and all of these things go down, and she just ends up falling madly in love with him. But then some tragic incidents happen. She's on the run with him, and she realizes that he isn't remotely who she thought he was. That's kind of how the story unfolds, and that's kind of like the start of the story. We have all this adventure, all of these things that happen that's building into these stories. And again, it's one of those things, if I say too much, it's going to give away major plot, and I don't want to do that to anybody. So if you guys haven't read the Broken Kingdom series, what are you doing? This book series is amazing and is everything to me, and I'm completely and utterly obsessed. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. On to book 5. Let's do it. Oh, this one's gonna be long. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, the first word of the title starts with, and then use a wheel. Okay, so I have to use a wheel, figure out what that's gonna be. So I'm bringing my iPad over here, you guys. Gonna turn it on here. My iPad does this sometimes and I don't understand it. It just freaks out. It won't let me do anything. There we go. Let me swipe away. Let me swipe away. So I made a wheel for this already. Look at me being prepared. I mean, honestly, the minute I put that prompt in there, I knew I was gonna need a wheel, so of course I went ahead and did what I needed to do. So let's see what we get. An N, you guys. I have to read a book that starts with the letter N. I don't know if I have one of those. Oh, wait, no, I do. So what do you know? Another book that has been on my TBR for a while. We have Nightweaver by R.M. Gray, and it's got really cool words on the sprayed edges. It says, "I will not let them take me." And look, we got like a whole family tree or something over here. That's kind of neat. Anyways, 600 years ago, Nightweavers, cursed beings with unchecked power, claimed the continents for their own. The ocean was meant to be safe haven for humanity, including 17-year-old Aster Oberon and her pirate family. But after Aster's brother is killed in an epic battle at sea against Nightweavers, Aster and her family are thrust into a new life on land. Uh-oh. When a handsome Nightweaver named Will offers the Oberons protection and work at his estate, Esther is suspicious. As the arrogant and entitled right hand to the wicked prince, Will is everything that she has been taught to hate. But as he shows empathy and kindness, Aster can't ignore a blooming attraction, and even more, Will opens her eyes to a new reality. There are monsters worse than Nightweavers, monsters who may be behind her brother's death. As Aster hunts the creatures responsible, dark secrets threaten to unravel everything she once believed about her family, herself, and her world. Filled with elemental magic, forbidden romance, and breathtaking twists, this is a romantasy about an iron-willed heroine avenging her brother and discovering her destiny. Ooh, you guys, it sounds really good. And you know, we're getting on that cusp between spring and summer. This might actually be kind of a cool first book to read to rein in summer. I didn't plan it that way, obviously, but that's actually a really, really good idea. And, oh, guys, I have to read this thing on the back here. I let him place his hands on either side of my head. Let him encapsulate me with his body until I feel as if the sea has wrapped me in its embrace. The scent of brine clinging to his sun-kissed skin. His blue eyes seize mine, gentle yet commanding, like the tide pulling me out into the deep. He echoes my words from earlier this evening, his breath caressing my cheek. You're exactly like I thought you would be. And that is? I managed to ask, my voice hoarse. He inclines his head so that his lips are so close to mine, I don't dare take a breath. My eyes shuddered closed. Brave, he murmurs, his voice as lulling and familiar as the crash of a wave. You guys, we're reigning in the summer with this book. We are reigning the summer in with this book. It is happening. Yes, we're doing it. Woo! Okay, I'm loving book choices. So come on, book number 6 is our last book, and then we're gonna get into our book bingo. My fingers are stuck. I try to get just one. Okay, here we go. So what do we got here? A book that matches the season you're in. Okay, we're in spring. Oh no, I just put that back in there. No, what did I do? Okay, we're safe, guys, we're safe. I thought I was going to have to pull them all out and look at them. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, I was thinking about spring, and I think I know what I want to do. Okay, so here is book 6, Things We Never Got Over. I feel like this definitely fits the theme with all of the flowers and stuff on it. And you guys, I am definitely in need of a Lucy Score fix. It's been a while since I've read a Lucy Score book. So Knox Morgan doesn't tolerate drama, especially in the form of a stranded runaway bride. Naomi Witt is on the run, not just from her fiancé and a church full of well-wishers, but from her entire family. Although, if you ask her, Naomi is riding to the rescue of her estranged hot mess of a twin, Tina, to Knockmount, a rough-around-the-edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and cash, Tina leaves behind something unexpected, the niece Naomi didn't know she had. Okay, you have one that's leaving an almost marriage and another one that is leaving motherhood. Wow. Okay, now she's a guardian to an 11-year-old going on 30 with no car, no money, and no plan. Yeah, that is scary. There's a reason this bearded bad boy barber, say that 20 times fast. Bearded barber, you see, I can't even say it. Maybe if I read it 3 times fast. Bearded bad boy barber, yeah, nope, never mind. There's a reason this bearded bad boy barber doesn't get involved with high-maintenance women, especially not type A romantic ones. But since Naomi's life imploded right in front of him, the least Knox can do is help her out of her jam. And just as soon as she stops getting into new trouble, he can leave her alone and get back to his quiet, solitary life. At least that's the plan. Yeah, buddy. You're an MMC of a book. Your plans are never going to go to plan. Anyways, this is book 1 in the Knockmount series, and I believe there's 3 or 4 books in the Knockmount series. I am so ready to get into another Lucy Score immersive series world. Okay, next we have our book bingo. Prologue. Commercial. Okay, so we're going to start out with the alphabet line. Oh. Okay, so we got something way out there. So far, we've gotten like line A and B a lot. Now we have line E, so that's pretty cool. Now let's go with our number here and see what number we get. E4. All right, E, 1, 2, 3, 4. A book with a map. Let's go ahead and check the books that we have here already, and let's see if any of them come with a map already so that we can combine some stuff here. Oh, yes. Okay. Already, you guys, we got a map right here. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to tie the Night Weaver into my book bingo prompt, and then that'll be perfect. I don't have to add another book in what's going to be a very busy month. Real quick, guys, we got to talk about our June reads. What? I almost forgot. How dare I? So what books are coming out in June that I am looking forward to? I honestly don't think there's that many that are coming out that I'm personally looking forward to. We have Lightwing, which is book 2 in the Crown of Hearts and Chaos series. This is by the Twisted Sisters, Suzanne Valenti and Caroline Peckman. They're the same authors that wrote the Zodiac Academy series. And you guys, I absolutely loved Hollow. It's very up and down. Some people liked it, some people hated it. Some people couldn't stand the MMC of the book. Honestly, I love the book and I'm really looking forward to book 2, and it is set to come out on the 2nd of June. There's also book 2 in the Fire and Metal series. The first book was Metal Slinger and book 2 is Light Wielder. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm bringing it up because it's in my list, but I don't know if I'm gonna read it or not. Stay tuned for that one. And yeah, that's all the books that I know of that are coming out in June that I'm actually looking forward to. It's only one book, really, that I'm genuinely looking forward to. Anyways, I hope everybody has had a fantastic week. If there's a book coming out in June that I didn't think of or don't know about or I missed somehow, let me know down in the comments below so that I can have a duh moment and then add it to my list, because yeah. You know what I'm saying, right? And if you have a book that you guys are looking forward to reading in June, also put that down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.